I just ask that when you're filming, you're mindful because we have children and we don't film everywhere. I just ask when you're filming, you're mindful that your children
Leva-se no mesmo pano.
sim. Come through. Welcome. Do you need help with anything?
Ah, it's okay.
No, we're okay, thank you.
Bom dia. Ah, boa. Pronto.
Para cima.
Sim, com licença então.
You want help?
Não, está bem. We do this standing or sitting down? You just decided.
Yes, thanks. What station are you from, by the way?
TV.
TV?
In Sam TV.
Okay.
Do you know?
A little bit.
Oh.
Yes.
We also represent CNN Portugal. CNN you will know,
I see.
CNN International,
Yes, of
but
course.
we are CNN Portugal.
I see.
Mais
Gracias.
5 minutinhos e fica resolvido.
5 minutes.
Daqui a 5 minutinhos para fazer coisas direitas.
No problem.
Depois o micro.
Como estás?
Pá, eu se calhar vou para ali para trás dela também.
Queres preferes?
Posso passar?
Podes passar.
Ficamos as duas deste lado.
Pois é isso, ficamos aqui as duas e...
About the topics that have come out recently. So the main issue here and why the community is suddenly
Yes.
so popular is the death of a child, unfortunately. I believe it was your son.
Yes.
And the circumstances of such death.
Okay.
So you do confirm that the baby is deceased.
Yes.
And-
Samsara. Yes.
So what happened to the baby? Can you tell us?
He fell ill round about mid 2020, and we sought medical help from private doctors and practitioners, and he subsequently passed on whilst we were trying to heal him.
Do you know the disease that he had? The condition?
It's a liver disease. That's as far as I'm willing to disclose and share until such a time, obviously, if there is a official investigation, if there needs to be one. But as far as we're concerned, it's a private family matter. As a self-determined people under the Constitution of Portugal, we are entitled to our right to self-determination, to practice our spiritual practices and our spiritual beliefs and our way of life, which includes births and deaths. So we've had 4 babies born on this land, 100% success rate, naturally, with no medical intervention, no doctors. We have had doulas and practitioners who are used to natural birthing. I originally come from Africa. This is not new. This has been happening for thousands of years.
Are those doulas part of your community?
Some of them are in the community. Sometimes when we need expertise, we seek help outside the community if there are things that we are not able to fulfill ourselves. But we always try and do it as naturally as possible. So whilst it's easy to focus on the passing of my son, we must also shed light on the success of the birth of the babies that we've had here, the 4 babies that were born successfully. And we have 3 babies now on the land who are very healthy. Mamas are healthy, babies are healthy. We have other children that are happy and healthy. And there's no concern. As you can see, we've welcomed you here. We have nothing to hide. We are simply living our lives under the Constitution of Portugal, which is the greatest constitution in the world. Article 41, which says people have the right to self-determination if they choose to. People should not be persecuted for practicing their beliefs. This is one of the reasons why we were called to this beautiful country, because of this beautiful constitution.
Yes, but of course that you can practice your beliefs, but you also have to respect the laws of the country.
Absolutely.
Um,
Everything we've done is lawful. We have not broken any laws whatsoever.
The way that you have dealt with the remains of your son
Yes.
raises an issue because the authorities had no knowledge of what happened, of what happened to the body
The authorities of who?
of Portugal, which
Of
is the
Portugal.
state that you're living in.
Okay. So first of all, under Portuguese law, spiritual people, Article 41, once again, the Constitution, unless we are saying we don't believe in Portugal's Constitution, the Constitution says those who have a spiritual resolve and religious practice are free to do so without persecution or questioning from any authorities. This is your Constitution. This is what this country was founded on. So we have our spiritual practices of how we deal with birth and how we deal with death. Our children that are born here are registered and birthed,
They
What-
are registered?
The
Under-
child in
registered under our Pineal Trust, registered here in Pineal.
Not with the
Not-
Portuguese state.
So we have all the details. If everyone wants to ask, we have the certificates of birth, certificates of death.
Okay.
Everything is on there. If anyone wants to ask, anyone in the public, we are
But for-
open.
Yeah, sorry,
Yes,
but for the Portugal that children not exist.
Well, we're not under Portuguese jurisdiction if we are following Article 41. We have not registered the children. They do not belong to the state. They belong to us as a community. They're not the property of the state.
So may I ask you, how do you deal with your dead? There have been rumors that you cremate your dead. Is that true?
Yes, so we have an open policy. For some people, we choose people how they want to be, how they want to transition, how they want, whether they want to be cremated, whether they want to be buried, whether they want it to be a public affair or a private affair. Like any other cultural tribe or any other group of people or religion, different religions have different ways. Cremation is not new. The Hindus, the
No, of
Sikhs,
course.
many people do this. So we are a spiritual organization. We're a culture that is establishing itself. We are learning. We are growing into it. We're at the beginning stages of establishing our culture. Our main purpose, really, is not to fight. We're not a political organization. We're not here for politics. We're not here to fight anything or destroy anything. It's the opposite. We're here to preserve the natural way of life. We're here to preserve the organic and original ways of living that your great-grandfathers and grandmothers lived. Many of the people in this village are still living that way. And we see this is slowly disappearing and being replaced with artificial technologies. We want to grow food, we want to sing, connect with nature, we want to dance, we want to heal, we want to praise God and be one with Source. And allow other people to do what they want to do.
Mhm.
We're not here to destroy.
Interfering, not
We're
interfering.
not
Okay.
interfering. And by the way, I just want to say,
See? Yeah.
we're not coming here as a political party. I have to make that clear.
Okay.
Yeah?
So
We are traveling nomads. We are here under your invitation. This is why this is an embassy. So when we say a sovereign state, we don't mean that we are dividing Portugal, we are taking over Portugal. It means we are individually declaring our own individual autonomy under Article 41 of the Portuguese Constitution,
very
which is
well.
the greatest constitution in the world.
Can we ask about the concerns that have been raised regarding your children? Because it is said that they do not attend schools,
Yeah.
that you have some beliefs that are not very aligned
Right.
with the mainstream ways of thinking and all that. So can you assure us that your children are being educated, that they are being raised knowing what's outside of the community as well and throughout the world, that they are well cared for, well treated, well fed, I'm sorry, that they have access to medical care, because that's pretty much the main concern about the children of the community.
Okay, so the first thing that I would say is that our children here are very safe. They are very happy. They're very well taken care of. We have absolutely nothing to hide. We often attend local markets. We right to educate our children with our customs, with our culture, with our knowledge, and pass that on in the best way we see fit, because they are our children, like any other community in the world. To impose your beliefs on someone else is slavery. It is not freedom and autonomy. If someone comes into your home and tells you how you should speak to your children and what you should tell them, that's censorship. That is slavery. That is not sovereignty. We don't go telling people how to teach their children what to do. Yeah? And we expect the same from us. So our beliefs, we don't impose them on anyone else. Whatever I believe is my belief, and it's a belief that I share with the people that I live with. It's a belief that many of the people in the world share. It is our belief. And this is the freedom of speech. The right to self-determination, the right to self-expression, the right to free speech these are the principles of the first world.
Mhm.
So unless that has changed, and we're no longer allowed to have free speech, we're no longer allowed to have self-determination, we're no longer allowed to determine our own path as individuals, or as a religion, or as a culture, unless that has happened, we will continue to lawfully practice and live our lives peacefully.
You were saying earlier that if the authorities want to pose questions, that they are free to do so and that you are willing to answer them. Do you know of any formal investigation? Have you been contacted by any Portuguese authorities regarding this matter of your child and the children within the community?
We've not had any formal communication from anybody at all about anything. We have sent over some documents to the government, or at least to the council, Oliveira, on behalf of the government, explaining to them who we are, what we're doing, why we're here. We're very clear about our intentions. Unfortunately, maybe it's miscommunication. I don't know what's happened, but the story that has been portrayed about us is not an accurate depiction of what we are and what we're doing. We've been portrayed as some sort of guerrilla community that is coming here to take over Portugal. We're barefoot, we're growing food, we have nothing, we're not wealthy people. We have a sponsor, Pione, who's given us this land, but even he is not, a multi-billionaire. We don't have those resources. So we're very meek and humble people. We live in tents. How are we going to take over Portugal? We've had death threats from people saying they're going to kill us and send us back to our countries in body bags because we're trying to take over this nation. That is not what we said.
Okay, just one last question because I will be going live for just a few seconds next. So let me just ask one last question. You are planning on continuing here, on staying on this land, because there are rumors that many of your members are leaving the property, that you are considering moving somewhere else after all this confusion.
Well, we have members coming and going all the time. We're an open community, so we're not the type of cult that maybe people have depicted it as. People come and go all the time. Some people come here and they realize after a few months, this isn't for me. I'm going to go back and try something else. Some stay, some are coming and going. As far as staying here, for now, we don't really have any plans to go anywhere else until otherwise we are lawfully asked to leave. And we have been proven to do something that is unlawful. But as long as we're in the law, and as long as we are welcomed by the locals here, and by the people of Portugal, and by the Constitution of Portugal, then we would like to stay in this beautiful land and preserve the culture and the customs.
How many members are there
Actually,
here?
how many people live in?
Well, it fluctuates. People come and go, so we don't have a number where people come and go all the time. But it's anything from 30 people to 40 people.
Each and child.
Okay?
How many child?
Again, it fluctuates.
For health and safety reasons, it's important that we don't share everything, especially with the death threats we've been receiving, because we've had people that we don't know driving to the gate. There are very good people here, women and children, that we must protect. So on a private conversation, we're happy to share more, but to put to the nation such sensitive information is too much. I have to look after my wife, my children. It's very important.
Thank
you.
So I'm going to have to excuse myself for just a few minutes because I'm going to have to go live for a very short period, and then we can resume the conversation if you.
It's possible to talk with Katia.
Who's Katia?
The Portuguese, the woman Portuguese living here.
Como que vamos fazer isto?
There's no Katia here.
É só teaser?
No.
Is there no Katia?
No Katia.
Gabriela? No? Pronto, the woman Portuguese.
Sim,
Portuguese
tudo bem.
woman. It's possible to talk
Eu
with
estou
her?
muito mal, mas sim, consigo ouvir-te.
I can ask, but it's up to her.
The language is more
No.
easy and it's Portuguese.
Daqui a 2
we
minutos.
are.
No, we are guests.
Okay.
You shouldn't be apologizing for your language.
No?
We should be
No,
apologizing
it's
because
okay.
we should know how to speak Portuguese,
Ok,
and we are
daqui a
learning.
2 minutos.
Yeah.
But
Olha,
we
eu
don't
vou
have
pedir,
to-
eu vou pedir, eu vou pedir
Yes.
que vocês guardem uma mão.
Very learning.
Thank you.
Because of
Oh, they're so friendly.
see,
When
oh,
you
they're
see
great.
a large black bee, they're
Yes.
very friendly.
yes.
Sometimes they can land on your hand.
They're fine.
Yeah, really. They're very friendly. They have a good
I love-
vibration when they buzz on you.
Okay.
It's very good vibration, good energy.
Okay.
godlike. It's a lion.
Este minuto foi uma coisa.
É a seguir. É agora. Bom dia, Maria, é isso mesmo. O caso de um bebê de 14 meses que faleceu em abril do ano passado. Este bebê pertencia a uma comunidade, digamos assim, é considerada uma seita, chamada Reino de Pineal. Ora, este bebê morreu em circunstâncias que não são conhecidas pelas autoridades. Enfim, as circunstâncias são um pouco misteriosas, isto porque esta comunidade não se mistura muito com o resto da sociedade e sabe-se também que essa criança faleceu e que a seita cremou o corpo também sem o conhecimento das autoridades. E, portanto, vamos desenvolver este tema um pouco mais à frente. Posso já adiantar-te que fomos convidados pelo líder espiritual da seita a conhecer o Reino de Pineal, é assim que se chama então esta comunidade que está aqui instalada em Oliveira do Hospital, e vamos ter obviamente mais desenvolvimentos daqui a pouco.
Aí estava?
Os meus avisos acho que já estão. Avisos
Obrigada.
não estão ligados. Já estão no tempo.
Ok.
Sem fazer nada.
Yeah. You've done this a long time, huh?
Me?
You've done this a long time, huh?
10 years or so.
It's good.
Ainda vamos continuar a entrevista.
Se quiserem.
Sim, eu também tenho que fazer agora às 53.
Então, enfim, podemos fazer isto agora um pouco mais informal, se houver alguma coisa mais que queiramos.
Sim,
Uh,
sim, diz.
Ter informações e desligar o microfone. Ok, estou lá. Excuse me. So I'm not sure if there's any more topics that you want to
Sim.
go over with us, but
Sim. Conseguimos.
give me just a second.
Conseguimos.
Estou? Desculpa. Diz,
O
diz.
quê? Não percebi. Mas não é para falar com eles, é para eu dizer que fomos convidados a entrar porque eles falam inglês.
Não, agora acho que
E é
agora
uma
sou
coisa
direto
muito
convosco ao
rápida,
meio-dia.
tem que ser uma coisa muito rápida. Não te estou a ouvir,
Ah,
Sara.
querem deixar ligado. Tudo bem, desculpa. Então pronto, fica ligado, sem problema. Ok, está bem, combinado, obrigada. Até já, até já. I hung up. This shouldn't happen.
Ok.
So sorry. So the rumors that you are considering leaving and fleeing the country and all that, they are not true.
Não, vá lá.
No, they're not true. We have members who have left, obviously, because they are afraid for their lives, because of all the threats we've had. But ultimately, we're not intimidated because we know we're living in truth. What we're doing is lawful. We have nothing to hide. We are following the Constitution. We are doing what is our divine calling from God, from the Creator. We are here looking after the land. So, as long as we are within that law and within our rights, we will continue to be here. When the time comes, if it warrants, then yeah, we'll move on. We're not, like you said, we're here as visitors. We're here in embassy until we establish. Ultimately, we want our own island. This is the ultimate plan.
Here in Portugal? An island here?
Wherever, anywhere in the world, where we can get an island and we can establish our own societies with our own tribes and our own customs and our own way of life. This is our ultimate goal.
You come to Portugal in how many time?
We came in 2020.
2020. Okay.
2020. Beginning of 2020.
years.
Do you have
Oh, 2019. 2019.
2019?
19,
Okay.
yes.
In pandemia? COVID-19?
Probably 20 because the pandemic started
Pandemic.
March 2020.
Yeah.
We came before the pandemic.
Oh, you
Before?
came before?
Yeah, we came
Okay.
September 2019
Okay.
because we knew what was coming.
Really?
Yes.
Well, you should have warned all of us.
We did.
We did.
yeah,
We
yeah.
have videos
The
telling everyone.
message didn't get
And-
through.
And we're telling
Unless
you
you
now.
report, we don't
Yeah.
get believed.
And we're telling you now, there's another pandemic coming in 3 months, and there's going to be another worldwide lockdown in 3 months.
Oh my.
I'm telling you now. You remember this conversation?
We're recording it.
Yes.
If it doesn't
It's
happen,
now on
if
record.
it doesn't happen, we'll come back here
Come back
and
here and
ask
say
you.
what happened.
Yeah.
But I can guarantee you, 3 months' time, definitely by the end of the year, there's going to be another pandemic and another lockdown. worldwide.
Do you have other properties in other countries or in other parts of our country?
When you say we don't have properties.
The community, I don't know. Do you have a legal organization that can buy? I'm not sure if this property is not yours per
Yes,
se.
yes.
It belongs to the football player,
Right.
correct? So yes, is kind of your patron. I don't know how to say
That's
it,
right.
or sponsor, something
right.
like that. So do you have other properties that have been cedidas?
People offer us properties all the time.
Offered.
Yeah, many
Okay.
people offer us properties all the time. But for now, we don't see any reason to move. We are still in a process where we are grounding and we're just making sure that we are learning. We're still in a learning process. What we don't want to do is spread ourselves too much and also intimidate people, because we know we are very intimidating. The way we look, people don't yet understand what we're doing. When people see something new, in society, the reaction is fear, because it's something new. So we know it's a slow process before we can integrate and people can know that we're not a threat, we're not violent people, we're not harmful people. We're very, very simple people, want to live a very simple life.
Can I ask you if I don't know, can we call it a religion?
Yes.
It is a spiritual community. So, is your religion inspired by any other religions? Does it come from, or does it have elements from any other religions, or is it something totally new out of your own head?
Sabes, não
No,
ligar-
our spiritual beliefs are
Estamos,
based on a
mas
mix
já
of
estivemos a
many
falar.
religions. We don't
Mas
have
podes
one
ligar,
religion.
Sara, eu
We
não vou falar
coexist.
com eles em direto. Eles
So our
gravaram
religions
já a
are a mix of
entrevista.
Christianity,
Foi o que eu
Buddhism,
já disse.
Islam, some philosophical context of Fernando Pessoa, some of his work, people like Mahatma Gandhi, Carl Jung, many philosophers and religious sects. So we mix a lot of religions, but ultimately our true religion is nature. We don't really follow a dogma of religion. Our religion is be in nature and allow the spirit to speak to you. Allow the divine to speak to you. Connect with your own God. Connect with your own source. We don't have leaders in this community. I'm not a guru. I
You are
share.
not a spiritual leader,
No, I'm not the spiritual leader. No,
but
no,
you
no.
do speak for the community.
Sim.
I speak on behalf of the community along with other people, but I don't speak for people.
Okay.
I'm not speaking for anyone. I speak for
Okay.
myself.
O quê?
Okay.
You know? So
Well,
everyone here
so
is sovereign
vamos
and
fazer-
independent. Everyone is a king and a queen unto themselves. I'm not anybody's leader, and I never want to be anyone's leader in that
Tem
way.
que dar plano.
Okay.
Vamos fazer aqui
We are going to have to go live as
Yes,
well.
we
So
are going
and
to
now
be
it's a bigger live. So where can we do that?
Okay.
Because it's going
Já,
to take
estou aqui
quite a
dentro
few
com
minutes
eles, vamos
now.
ter que sair.
We
Mas fazer
can't
aqui um
be
direto rápido.
live at the same place.
Depois
So
conto no
Okay.
próximo e tudo
Just
aquilo
have
que
some nature
aconteceu e
behind
ficam
you.
com as
Okay.
imagens.
Yes.
So
Is
maybe
there-
we can.
maybe
Mas
go
ouvir?
downstairs
Okay.
and maybe just with
You
a
wanna
few
lead
trees
me?
behind us.
Okay, maybe we change the place. You stay like that.
Is it looking okay? Or slightly over?
Okay. Paula, do you
Fine, isn't it?
Paula.
Entrevistaram durante a ideia.
Não. Não, ainda não fizemos porque isto arreta lá em cima. Pá. Então,
See the plan if you want to show them.
Yeah.
And
The
then
plan
if
is
they can
here.
approve.
The plan is here. Mudați de sítio.
8 minutes, okay.
Look here. When I begin something like that.
Yeah, it's
she
fine.
begin, and after she will say, we are here with. It's okay.
Perfect. Okay.
Não vai haver entrevista durante o direto, percebes? Porque como o senhor só fala inglês, não vai haver entrevista.
Então o que fazer?
Eu acho que os senhores não querem, vocês não querem entrevista em direto com o senhor, porque o senhor só fala inglês, não é?
Então porque ele está aqui ao pé de ti.
Não respondem, mas eu acho que não.
Então, ele não está a fazer nada aqui.
Não, eu só quero estar presente.
Ok. Ok, entro contigo, depois abro o plano, ficam em conjunto, fecho para ti outra vez e fecho os dias.
So I will be talking about you and saying that you invited us to come here and that you have spoke with us and that you told us answer our questions and all that. But we will not be interviewing you live just because it is in English and many people won't understand.
Quanto tempo é que vais
Ok.
fazer o direto, Paula?
Daqui a quanto tempo?
Quanto tempo vai ser?
Não tenho tempo.
Não, é só para ele também estar um bocado ao pé de nós, não é? Quer dizer, nós também temos o direto.
Uhum.
que horas o teu?
É daqui a uns 7 minutos, 6, 7 minutos. Mas repare, depois de dizer que estivemos com ele, que falámos com ele e tudo mais,
Ele pode ser.
ele não. Sim, exatamente. Às tantas
Sim,
não.
eu vou começar com ele em plano, depois abro o plano no plano de conjunto para ver que está junto
Tu
dele.
podes lhe dizer isso, que eu não atrapalho muito. Diz isso.
Ah, okay, okay. So once I say in the live that you have welcomed us here.
Estava a falar em português, por isso isso não
Alô?
esquece.
Não, é só para ele também estar no nosso plano.
Alô, alô.
Faz plano deles. E ela não o vai entrevistar.
Sei, mas eu percebi, isso eu
Uhum.
percebi tudo. Mas não vai dar para fazer ao mesmo tempo.
Não parece que ele podia sair e vir para. Ela diz que basta apresentá-lo e depois que ele pode ir para o pé de nós.
Mas isso qualquer coisa, se ele depois de cada câmera lá, depois deixa.
Não, não faz.
Porque ele
Sim, não faz
percebe o que
mal.
ela está a dizer, estás a ver?
Ok.
Uhum. Sim,
Mas
sim.
isto não está legal,
Uhum.
por isso.
Ok, mais ou menos quanto tempo é que é suposto ter o direto?
I will ask you other thing. You think if
Ah,
you
pronto.
just
Então até se quiserem
apply
fazer perguntas, estejam à vontade, está bem?
This red, you said love.
That's fantastic.
Just
Ok,
It's great.
está bem.
Yes, please. Tá bom.
after this
Está
we
bem,
do that.
combinado.
Thank you.
Combinado. Ah, perfeito.
Alright.
Ok. Perfeito, perfeito, perfeito. Até já, até já. So as I was saying, I will tell them how you invited us here and how you spoke with us and how you answered our questions. And then, if you want, you can approach my colleague because she will be live next, and she would also like to have you with her for her live. Okay?
No problem.
Olá, boa tarde. Olá. Abrir só mais um pouco o plano. Consegues, Driga?
Tá bom para eles?
Sim?
Eu não tenho a escuta, eles. Queria fazer a escuta.
Não, também está o CM. Desculpa, eu tive aqui uma outra pessoa a falar comigo ao mesmo tempo.
No, it's gonna fall down. Very rapid.
Uhum.
Perfect.
Ok, nada. E agora o realizador que estava a falar comigo e que entretanto foi interrompido e eu não consegui ouvir, desculpa.
Eu não estou a ouvir, por isso, se ele disser alguma coisa.
Ele pediu para abrir um bocadinho o plano.
Eu já abri.
Pronto, e depois ele disse mais qualquer coisa, mas entretanto tinha outra pessoa a falar por cima e não percebi nada.
Mas se eles me fizerem escuta, era mais fácil.
Pessoal, desculpem, se conseguirem fazer escuta para o repórter de imagem também era bom.
E assim eu ouço o que é que ele quer e o que é que eu não quero. Estou a ouvir.
Ok,
Não dá?
ok. Está bem. Ok, mas olha, o realizador estava a falar comigo e deu-me uma indicação que eu não conseguia ouvir porque falei ao mesmo tempo que vocês.
Ladies. Sim. Yeah?
Obrigada, obrigada.
Tem que se mexer no telemóvel. Isto é mesmo estranho. A estabilidade disto.
Não muda, isto tanto está assim, já como passar por.
Como fica assim?
Não, isto é material, eu sei que passar. Eles devem ter percebido que isto é um sinal
Sim, eu sei que eu disse já percebi. E eu estou a dizer que eles vão fazer.
Ok. Então deixa para mais uns 4 minutinhos. Obrigada.
Está tão forte.
So, 3 or 4 more minutes of waiting. So,
You don't have
so sorry.
It's not too hot, so we
Ah,
can
we are used.
Life here is very slow. Everything is slow.
Thank God for that.
Slow. Calma, calma.
Nós temos.
Piscina.
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 Sim.
Sei. Piscina.
Eu tenho piscina. And thank you for being so wonderful and
No, thank you for welcoming us. Yeah. We weren't expecting that.
Oh,
It's
really?
very kind of you.
yes, no, thank you.
Eu faço sombra.
So just to confirm your name, Água Akbar Pinheiro.
Água, Akbal, Zizi, Pinheiro.
Akbal.
Epá, tanto estão a funcionar como vão abaixo. Eu neste momento tenho aqui uma a tentar registar-se, as outras não. Pá, eu por acaso já reiniciei os estudos, já tirei pen, já pus.
Quando acenas,
Pá, eu continuo assim. Olha, eu tenho uma da nós, que era o que estava a funcionar. Tenho uma da Mel, tenho 2 da nós. E tinha uma da Vodafone que eu tirei, porque estava sempre vermelho. Eu no telefone estou com 5G um traço, mas às vezes passa para 3G.
Bom dia, exatamente, Maria. Nós estávamos aqui junto à quinta, onde está instalado o Reino de Pineal, assim se chama essa comunidade, quando fomos abordados precisamente por, enfim, o líder, digamos assim, desta comunidade, embora eles digam que não existem líderes e que todos são iguais e têm direito à sua autodeterminação. Mas este líder, digamos assim, chamado Água Akbal Pinheiro, de facto fala aqui em nome da comunidade e convidou-nos então a entrar na quinta, a conhecer alguns dos membros desta comunidade e aceitou também responder às nossas questões obviamente relacionadas com este caso que veio a público recentemente e que está a chocar aqui um pouco também, digamos, a comunidade em Oliveira do Hospital. É o caso então do bebê Samsara, um bebê que faleceu com 14 meses em abril do ano passado, era precisamente filho deste líder da comunidade. E as questões que estão aqui a ser levantadas têm a ver com as circunstâncias da morte deste bebê, porque dizia-se que o bebê não teria recebido assistência médica, não eram conhecidas as circunstâncias dessa morte e que esta seita, digamos assim, é assim também que tem sido chamada, que esta seita teria cremado o corpo e lançado então as cinzas ao rio. Ora, hoje, durante esta conversa com o pai do bebê e o líder espiritual desta comunidade, foi-nos dito que procuraram ajuda médica, médicos particulares, digamos assim, portanto que não é verdade que o bebê não tenha tido assistência. Disseram-nos que o bebê sofria de uma doença de fígado, não quiseram adiantar mais pormenores e que terá morrido, digamos assim, dessa doença. Esta seita ou esta comunidade, de facto, vive um pouco, digamos, isolada do resto da sociedade. Eles passam aqui pelas aldeias à volta, mas a verdade é que, enfim, não se misturam muito, seguem as suas próprias crenças. Aliás, essa é precisamente a marca desta comunidade, é que eles dizem que são uma espécie de reino independente, digamos assim, autónomo dentro de Portugal. E por isso mesmo se chamam Reino de Pineal. Eles têm as suas próprias leis, a sua própria Constituição, emitem os seus próprios documentos e também por isso daí as crianças não serem registadas junto das autoridades portuguesas. Portanto, têm todas as suas crenças, algumas delas obviamente não são muito comuns, digamos assim, e não são aceitas pela comunidade científica. Uma delas é muito clara, é que a Terra não é redonda, também não acreditam que o homem tenha ido à Lua e, portanto, como eu dizia, têm as suas próprias crenças e dizem eles que seguem essas crenças e que as autoridades não têm nada a ver com isso, porque eles têm o direito de fazer aqui dentro do seu território, dentro da sua propriedade, aquilo que entendem e que inclusivamente a própria Constituição portuguesa lhes confere esse direito. Mas, portanto, voltando aqui ao caso das crianças na comunidade, que é de facto uma situação que tem preocupado as autoridades, precisamente pelo facto de, como dizias, as crianças não frequentarem as escolas, não serem vistas, pelo menos, a recorrer à assistência médica aqui junto da comunidade em Oliveira do Hospital. E, portanto, existe essa preocupação das autoridades. E aquilo que nos diz o líder da comunidade é que as crianças são educadas em casa, digamos assim, de acordo com as crenças deles e que, mais uma vez, não são obrigados a educar as crianças deles de acordo com as crenças de outras pessoas. Sabemos então agora que o Ministério Público está a investigar finalmente este caso. Este caso, que eu recordo, já aconteceu em abril do ano passado e, por aquilo que pudemos apurar, algumas denúncias relacionadas com este caso tinham já chegado ao Ministério Público durante o ano passado. Isso mesmo foi-nos dito pelo próprio Presidente da Câmara de Oliveira do Hospital, a quem chegaram essas denúncias, e falámos também com algumas pessoas aqui da comunidade, das aldeias aqui à volta, que nos dizem de facto que, enfim, já havia rumores sobre esta comunidade, mas nada de muito concreto. Vamos então ouvir esses dois testemunhos.
Estão com testemunha? Estão com testemunha?
E as pernas ficaram, está o osso da laranja e as pernas estão em pão.
Volta para nós.
Bom, a verdade é que nós perguntámos aqui ao líder da comunidade e, pelo menos até ao momento, não foram contactados por nenhuma autoridade, apesar de supostamente estar a decorrer então esse inquérito à morte desta criança. Dizem que não foram contactados por nenhuma autoridade, ainda nenhuma autoridade veio aqui à propriedade do reino do Pineal. Também perguntámos a este líder se pretendem continuar por aqui instalados, porque havia rumores de que muitos dos membros desta comunidade estariam a sair de Portugal. Confirmou-nos que, de facto, algumas pessoas optaram por sair depois de toda esta confusão, não se sentiram confortáveis. Têm neste momento entre 30 e 40 membros, mas garantem que para já não têm planos para sair de Portugal, digamos assim, para mudar de localização e, portanto, prometem continuar por aqui e estão, dizem eles, receptivos a serem abordados pelas autoridades e responderem a quaisquer questões que as autoridades queiram colocar.
Não sei o quê, nós não. Então não sei se isso influencia também. Ora bem. Eu vou tentar, se calhar, vou reiniciar este ano, porque isto conta.
Obrigada.
Eles vão te mandar embora daqui.
Saímos?
Mas eles se calhar gravar no falso direito.
Fazer um planinho daquela.
If you want now, you can help my colleague. And thank you so much for...
Depois, depois não liguei para aí. Está bem. Ricardo, vamos. Está bem. Esquece só um bocadinho para ali, depois podes juntar mais ele que eu depois faço plano aberto, estás a ver?
Ok.
Como quiseres.
Nossa equipa de reportagem estava junto ao reino do Pineal, aqui em Oliveira do Hospital, quando fomos convidados para entrar dentro desta comunidade, desta mesma seita que se instalou aqui, e tivemos a oportunidade de falar com o líder, Água Aquebal Pinheiro. Dizem que não existe um líder, mas é o porta-voz desta comunidade, que nos deu conta então e confirmou a morte do pequeno Samsara, o menino que morreu dentro desta comunidade. Este homem revelou-nos alguns dos contornos desta morte, conta-nos que o pequeno Samsara sofria de uma doença de fígado e terá sido mesmo essa a causa da morte deste menino de apenas 13 meses e que, contrariamente ao que foi dito numa primeira instância, chegaram a recorrer a médicos privados que se deslocaram aqui a esta comunidade para tentar então reverter essa situação. Uma situação que não foi possível reverter. O pequeno Samsara acabou por morrer aqui dentro desta comunidade. É uma informação confirmada por este homem inglês, que nos concedeu esta entrevista e que confirmou a morte do menino. Este menino que acabou por morrer aqui dentro, e os membros desta comunidade acabaram por fazer uma cerimónia de culto espiritual, e acabaram por cremar o corpo aqui dentro. Tivemos a oportunidade de falar com ele também sobre as crenças que praticam aqui dentro desta comunidade. Dizem-nos que são uma comunidade autónoma, que querem ser autónomos e por isso não têm que seguir as crenças portuguesas, seguem as suas próprias crenças, têm as suas próprias leis, motivo pelo qual rejeitar as crianças, uma vez que dizem ter documentos internos e que são esses documentos que servem de registro das crianças. Também tivemos a oportunidade de perceber que estas crianças não frequentam a escola, eles frequentam a escola que esta comunidade lhes oferece, ou seja, ensinam-lhes digamos assim, os ensinamentos praticados aqui. As crianças não vão para a escola. Abriram-nos a porta para nos dar um bocadinho conta do que se passa nesta desta comunidade, garantem que vêm pelo bem, que não estão a fazer nada de mal, e sobre então a investigação do Ministério Público dão conta que não foram contactados por qualquer autoridade judicial portuguesa, que estão receptivos para prestar esclarecimentos, mas que até ao momento o Ministério Público e nenhuma autoridade veio aqui tentar falar com eles nesse âmbito. Dão-nos alguns também contornos que existem mais crianças que têm pretensões de continuar em Portugal. Alguns membros terão abandonado também aqui esta comunidade no fim de toda esta polémica que se gerou, mas toda esta comunidade, cerca de 40 elementos neste momento, pretende ficar aqui em Portugal, aqui em Oliveira do Hospital, e não tem pretensões de ir embora.
Só uma cena de rejeitar as crianças, rejeitar o padrinho.
Pá, é o que for.
I must say, I did forget to mention, we actually did have Child Protective Services come last year.
Ok, mas a autoridade, a polícia, da polícia...
No, Child Protective Services.
Ok,
They came last year, I'm remembering now, and they came, they checked on the children, and they
Okay.
walked around, and they were happy.
ok.
So they must have those records where they did come and check. I'd forgotten about that.
Quer que eu diga isso? You want que I repeat and talk about this?
Yes, yes, yes.
Eu quero repetir e quero que eu diga que a CCPJ já veio cá e disse que a criança estava bem.
Eu tenho a informação em off.
Pronto, mas como eu ainda vou lançar isto...
I'm sorry, I did not understand. They were here before the passing of Samsara, and they saw Samsara. They came here because of Samsara.
They came here to just check on the children.
In general, okay.
General, to see if the children were okay and
Sim, mas eu
everything
disse...
was okay, and they were happy and they left. And
Okay.
not heard anything from them since.
Okay.
Ok, sobre about other child, no about Samsara.
Just about everybody in general.
Okay.
Yeah, and they came here and they saw everyone, including Samsara, and they were
Okay.
happy.
Okay. The death of Samsara is March or April?
Much.
March. They say April and...
Ah, it's okay.
No, to say the truth. No?
Yeah.
Queres repetimos?
Então,
I want
podemos.
I go to repeat and talk about the commission to stay here and see other child. It's okay for you?
Yeah,
I
they
can
came here
repeat?
and they saw all the children, including Samsara, and they were
Okay.
happy.
Como é que eu pergunto? Quando é que foi?
Date. When they came?
It was before Samsara death.
Yes.
How long?
Before.
Yeah.
I don't remember the date.
I don't remember the
No,
date.
no,
1 month, 2, 3.
Nah.
no. Up
In-
before
In
Maybe 6
2022.
months before.
In 2022.
2021.
21 it
Ou
was.
seja, a CCPJ veio cá em 2021.
Okay.
Sei.
What about the
O
photo?
que é que eu estou a
Not
pedir?
mention that, no?
Chega tão tempo para
The
aqui.
naked baby photo.
Eu não me ponho aqui.
Yeah, we can.
Tenta não mexer muito
Because they
só
have
por causa
come
da
and
luz.
they've displayed.
Yeah.
Maybe save that.
Como quiseres.
Água,
Even
a
this can be
cavalo, pinheiro.
Yeah.
Ok, a dizer
Yeah.
bem.
Como quiseres.
Just let it all go.
A nossa equipa de reportagem estava junto ao reino do Pineal, aqui em Oliveira do...
Espera aí. Bora.
A nossa equipa de reportagem estava aqui junto ao reino do Pineal, aqui em Oliveira do Hospital, quando fomos convidados pelo líder a entrar, o líder que é este homem inglês que nos convidou a entrar, Água, a Cavalo, Pinheiro, apesar de rejeitar, e o líder é o porta-voz desta mesma comunidade, digamos assim, que se instalou aqui nesta zona. Sobre a morte do pequeno Samsara, um menino de 13 meses que acabou por morrer aqui dentro, é uma informação confirmada por este homem que nos dá conta que sim, este menino morreu aqui e dá-nos conta que sofria de alguns problemas de fígado, uma doença que diz que lhe foi diagnosticada, e que chegaram então a recorrer à ajuda de médicos privados que se terão deslocado aqui a esta comunidade para tentar reverter esta situação. Ainda assim não foi possível, este menino acabou por morrer aqui dentro desta comunidade e numa cerimónia de culto, uma cerimónia espiritual, esta comunidade cremou o corpo deste menino e procedeu então a uma cerimónia. Esta foi uma morte que não foi declarada também às autoridades, uma vez que esta criança também não está registada, e esta comunidade acredita que não tem que registar crianças que têm documentos próprios, que são autónomos de Portugal e que por isso mesmo não têm que seguir então as normas e as leis portuguesas. Dizem que têm documentos próprios e que essa sim é a certidão de nascimento das crianças que aqui vivem. No que diz respeito às demais crianças que estão aqui dentro, o líder dá-nos conta que existem realmente mais crianças, que a CPCJ já se deslocou aqui ao local, esteve aqui em 2021 e que para ver se as crianças estavam bem tratadas, uma informação que diz que recebeu o aval da CPCJ e que até o momento, sobre a morte do Samsara, deste menino, não recebeu qualquer contacto do Ministério Público, até ao momento não foram também contactados por qualquer entidade judicial. Aqui dentro desta comunidade vivem várias pessoas, devido a esta polémica também acabaram por sair algumas delas, algumas pessoas acabaram por abandonar esta mesma comunidade, mas segundo o líder nos deu conta, não pretendem sair de Portugal, pretendem continuar aqui em Oliveira do Hospital, a seguir as suas próprias crenças, as suas próprias leis e normas que criaram. Também sobre as crianças que aqui estão, este homem confirma, as crianças não vão à escola, as crianças não frequentam a escola, frequentam sim o ensino que lhe é proporcionado por estas mesmas pessoas. As crianças apenas aprendem o que lhes é ensinado aqui dentro desta comunidade. Sobre cuidados médicos também são escassos, apenas em situações críticas, como aconteceu com o pequeno Samsara. Sobre esta mesma morte, a morte deste menino de 13 meses, que morreu aqui dentro, é uma informação confirmada então pelo líder, que nos dá conta que o menino não resistiu a uma doença de fígado e acabou por morrer, e foi cremado então por esta comunidade aqui em Oliveira do Hospital.
You're welcome, people, to come and stay. If you want to come and stay and experience our culture, you can send us an email, you can come for the weekend, come and feel our culture, feel what we're doing, be a part of us. We welcome this. We're not a closed community. We have really nothing to hide. So you can meet people here, you can live our culture, understand what we're doing, why we're doing it.
Okay. Thank you very much. Once again.
Gracias.
You understand a little bit of Portuguese. You
Sim,
don't speak, but
sim.
you understand.
Sim.
Yeah.
So you understood what we...
Yeah, I know everything you say. I make sure.
Yes.
You have to learn to talk.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yes.
To my woman,
Your woman is Portuguese?
she speaks Portuguese. Yeah.
Okay, speak. It's not Portuguese.
She's
Brazilian?
from the kingdom of Pineal.
Ah! Sim,
One-
a determinada altura tu disseste que o líder era inglês e eu por acaso não tinha essa informação.
You are English?
Hey?
Não.
No.
I'm not English.
Okay. You are?
I am.
Your origin?
Pineal.
Where were you
Pineal
born?
Kingdom.
Yeah.
Okay.
I-
Okay.
I'm here.
Pronto, mas
But you were born somewhere else.
I was born somewhere else. I was born in the continent of Africa.
okay.
Some of my roots are actually Moorish from Portugal.
Really?
Yes. I have Moorish roots that I've tracked.
Well, it's a big
family.
village.
Yes, exactly. So I'm not
Right.
a complete stranger genetically to
Okay.
Portugal. There is some sort of connection with,
Mhm.
with this country.
Okay. Was that why you
No,
you
I
chose Portugal, or was just a
I
a
found out.
random accident?
I found out afterwards.
A happy accident.
Yeah. So God led me here. I call it God, the divine. I ended up here, and I didn't know why. And when I got here, someone came and said, "Wow, you're doing this. This is the best place to do it. Do you know about the Portuguese Constitution?"
Ah.
I said, "Oh, I've not really looked at it." He says, "Look at this. It says you can do this. So what you're doing is within the Constitution." I said, "Oh, fantastic. This is why we're led here." And then I started reading works of Fernando Pessoa, Quanto Imperio, and his poems about the Fifth Empire that would be born in this country, of people who would come here and create a new way of life.
And you identified.
And we said, "Oh, this sounds familiar. Maybe we are part of this. We are not saying we are the ones. We are part of this new earth that is going to be coming to do a different way,
Okay.
something different." And then over time, I started looking into my history, and I realized, wow, my lineage goes back actually to Moorish. It went back to Mozambique. My great-grandfather's Mozambican,
Yes, of course.
and he came from a place called Tanganyika, which is now Tanzania. And then from Tanzania, before that, he was in Widia, which was in West Africa. Before that, he was actually in Portugal. He was a Sephardic Jew here in Portugal,
Ah,
which
Sverdita.
is why I was
Okay.
Ah, okay.
into this.
Ah, yeah. Well, we had noticed outside by your gates that you have quite a complete symbology,
Yes.
and one of the symbols that was there was the Star of David, right?
That's right.
The Star of David.
Yeah, because every symbol has been shown to be something, but there's so much more. So even the Star of David is masculine and feminine. So we like to show the totality of nature, the man, the woman, the masculine, the feminine. Everything is perfect. So We choose not to choose any sides. We choose to be open and allow everything to be
And-
expressed in its origin. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank
so
you.
I think we'll
Yeah.
we'll be on our merry way.
And,
So
once the cameras are finished, we want for the children to come and meet you
Come
guys.
and meet you. Okay.
I want to make you a photo. I need to make you a photo.
You need.
I
These guys asked, I would say yes.
Mm.
I know you guys have a more dramatic way of telling a story, so I'm less inclined.
That's
I must
true.
admit.
I can see that as well.
Yeah. So for me, it's like, because yesterday he said, "Can I take a photo?" And then he used a photo that was not the one he took, which was much nicer.
It was
Yeah.
a nicer
So
photo.
you have a nice
It
photo,
was-
but you
yes,
used the
yes,
one
yes,
of me
yes.
closing the gate like this to create.
Yes, no. It was with the gate open, but the photo that
It wasn't good. You had a better photo.
I am
Right?
so
Okay,
sorry.
yeah.
But
So
it's not me.
We'll have
Yeah,
to
you
go live
choose, but you
again
choose,
at
you know.
1
That's
o'clock.
not me that chooses.
So,
I photograph.
if you don't
They-
mind, we have to
Yes.
leave right now to go outside and meet our colleague.
Yes.
And if you don't mind, if you want, we can come back inside, maybe even without the cameras, and do this gathering that you were talking about and meet the children.
Absolutely.
Is that okay for you? If you don't
Sure.
mind, after 1 o'clock,
No
We
worries.
just
It's
need to
just,
send an image for the.
we need to
Take
get
notes,
the footage from the drone back to the new station. So I am so sorry.
No problem. We can give you some cakes while you wait. You can eat.
And when you come back.
When
When
we
you
come
come
back,
back.
Yeah,
after,
okay.
after the last
Because
live,
we
okay?
are in a rush.
Yeah.
The journal is at
So-
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock, you say, yeah? What time?
1 o'clock, 13.
You'll be back here at 1 o'clock, 30.
They're going live at 1 o'clock.
25
Oh, I
minutes
see, I
from
see,
now,
I
like
see.
maybe half an hour from now,
Yeah.
we have another live.
Yeah.
And then we come back without the cameras
Okay.
and we can
Yeah, for
hang
sure.
out with your children and all
Perfect.
that.
For sure, for
okay?
sure.
Without the pressure of the time.
Yeah. Sounds great.
Be in here in your land, only higher, okay?
Okay.
Only to people can see
Yes.
the land.
We are really trusting you, and we've welcomed
Yes,
you so
yes,
that you
yes.
tell a good story about us, and you
Yes,
don't
yes.
make something up, a sensational story and drama, and make us look like bad people.
I'm the man of image.
Yes.
The image for me
I'm
doesn't
just saying,
lie.
but
You
you're here as
understand?
representatives of your company, and we have welcomed you into our home, and we are trusting that you're not going to put our lives into danger.
Oh no, life.
So whatever you said, I trust that it's
No,
not
no,
going to
no.
endanger our lives.
Okay, so can I do the photo now? Can you open so we can see? Yes.
That's a
I'm sorry.
Beautiful.
Like because some are okay. Oh. My lens. Okay, it's okay.
And to talk to you and all that, and your leader invited us to be with you and to see the children and all of that, and it was really nice because we can hear a lot out there, but to see and to hear from you, it's obviously different.
Thank you so much.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Let's go. You want to take her? Okay.
Amazing, amazing.
Going
Right.
Acordou agora? She wake up now, no?
Yala.
Yes.
And
Ether. Ether.
Ether.
Yes.
Yala e
Agora.
Yes.
teu beijinho. Aqui este pezinho.
Do you have futures? Do you have children?
No.
Me neither. Me neither. No.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Soon, one day.
One day.
One day.
Do you want?
Yes.
Awesome. Oh, beautiful.
She's sleeping so sound.
But for me, I was born into England, where I experienced that anyway.
Yeah.
Being of a slight colour, you know, or being of this shade. So I already experienced that before, but now I know who I am, my ancestors, my culture. Now starting a culture. As long as I'm okay with myself, what someone else thinks is for them.
Of course.
And the longer I'm around, I smile, I give them service, or then over time, that person heals from the fear they had is gone. Because the fear's not with me, it's with them.
Of course, yeah.
So, but if someone is prejudiced to me and I react or I get angry, then the fear they have is justified.
You justify it,
Yeah.
yes, of course.
So exactly this.
Yeah.
We know that what we're doing looks different. You know, we know we're aware, but we're different for a reason because we're choosing to do something that is new or
Yes,
old.
of course,
like,
it is
yeah.
different because
Yeah.
you didn't feel comfortable with the way that the rest of the
Exactly, yeah.
society was living, of course.
But really, we're quite normal in many ways.
What
very
is not normal?
Exactly, yeah.
What
yeah.
is normal and what is not normal?
That's
Yeah,
a good
exactly.
question.
What
What
is
is
normal and what is not normal? Right?
But I like to eat. I like to swim. I like to go on social media. I like to do many of the things you like.
Obviously.
You know, so 90% we're very the same.
Of course.
Yeah.
Same
so-
species, so
Yeah, literally.
it's inevitable. I'm so sorry. Just
Falas
this off.
português, não é? Yeah.
She's looking
I
for you.
was born in Lisbon, and I live most of my life in the Algarve.
Algarve?
Yeah.
Sou de Coimbra. É aqui
Aham.
perto.
Sim, about an hour maybe?
Yeah, no.
Sim, 1 hora.
Yeah.
É, nem. Por aí. O Algarve agora está cheio.
Yes, normal. It's
Não
between.
costumas lá ir?
Meus pais vivem lá. My parents live there. I used to come and see them. Yes, I went a few times. And also when Yellow was born, I took them to see them as well.
Okay.
And I speak with my mom once in a while.
Ok.
Yes, they live near Lule.
Olé.
So you get out sometimes, you go other
Yeah, we have.
places.
We have a very. We have a local
Because there
store,
was this
organic
doubt
shop.
if people were
No.
free
E em
to
Oliveira das
come and
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
And we go out, we get our fruits, and sometimes we go to the beach.
Sometimes
together,
we're
the ladies go
Lisbon.
to the beach.
And do you receive visits from your families?
Yes,
Okay.
not even non-family as well. We have people that
Friends.
are
Yeah.
connected with what we do, and they want to see, they want to come, they want to feel. So yeah, we have people who come for just a day, and people who come for a couple of nights as well. They bring in the summer they bring their own accommodation, so they can have the experience of camping.
For the experience,
And
yeah.
then in the winter it's a bit more logistics, so sometimes they stay locally in like Airbnbs,
Yeah, yeah.
and then they come and
Sure, because
stay
it's
with
very
us.
cold and snows and
Yeah,
and
they
all that,
come,
so.
they experience to be with us, they help us out in the gardens, they do
They
some...
try your lifestyle for a few days
As well.
to see how
Yes, as
how
well.
they fit in. They reach you
Yeah.
through social media,
Yeah.
and they come to know the
There,
community.
there's 40,000 people that follow our videos and our social media.
Ah, okay.
So what we're speaking of, many people in the world are feeling what we're feeling, and they want to be here.
But do you have members of your community not living here?
Yeah, all over the world.
Ah, okay.
Ah, ok.
So
There
it's
are-
possible to be a part of the community or of your
Yeah.
religion. I don't know how to call it.
Yeah, yeah.
And
way of
not-
life.
what do people have to do to join once they decide they want to join?
You want to join?
Well, we were just talking about that on the way here, and I was saying this is so peaceful. I wouldn't mind staying
Yeah.
here for like a couple of nights once in a while.
Yeah. we
do
need
so.
some people on social
Just to
media. for
Listen to
sure,
the
yeah.
silence,
Listen to the sounds.
right?
And-
It's very hard to do that when you're near
Yeah.
a big city.
So when people have this fear, imagine people that live in this silence for the whole of their life. And we are in this silence all the time. It's impossible to be
That's-
anything but peaceful
Yeah.
when you're here.
But that's what's most difficult for someone who is not used to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you are used to live with noise all the time, and suddenly you go to the opposite, silence all the time, and it can be very a difficult adjustment, no?
Yeah. Beautiful. That's what we came for. You know?
Yeah.
And the members of ours that are online, that's what they're looking for. So many of us, we came from cities, we came from busy, and then they see what we're doing, and this is what they want. But some people, they have families, they have jobs that they can't just leave. So their way is for us to be online and to see. So they still feel that hope or that faith
Yeah.
that what they want is happening still.
Yeah. Okay. So they feel the connection even though they can't be
Even
here.
they can't be here. And then
Okay.
eventually they come. Or when, if we have an island, then perhaps that's the time where everyone who needs to can come.
Why an island? Why an island? Is it
No
the
drones.
Is it the
No
isolation? The
drones.
isolation,
No.
okay.
Us again. We know what we're doing here. Very peaceful, very tranquil. Lots of love, lots of family, community. If that is being questioned, if we're on an island, we won't question because we know what we're doing.
Yeah.
But when we're in other places where it clashes maybe with people's fear, then we want to live peaceful. And now, cameras, you know, eventually.
Yeah, you do know that this is just for like a couple of weeks.
Sure,
Everything
sure,
fades out.
sure, of course. But
It's
at the
just
same
until
time,
something next big thing happens.
of course. But of course, we still have to go and maybe get some fruits
Yeah.
and stuff. So there's eyes.
You think that's going to change the acceptance of the community around here because of this?
It
It might.
yeah, we've had some not very nice things.
You talked about the
gonna distance
threat.
us.
The death threat.
Distancing us, because before we were
Não,
building
eu
good
reparei dela,
relationships
podia ser.
with local
We
people,
teach them how
Yeah.
to.
and now because of what's come out, they are now staying away a bit more because they're not sure about us anymore.
Diapers,
So it's sad. So we're feeling a little bit of a fear from them. They're like, oh, these guys, we're not sure anymore. Whereas before there was a very open dialogue with them. It's sad, but we know hopefully we can.
Third one, yes, is going.
If we just carry on living the way we're
Rebuild
living,
it, rebuild
we'll
it.
mend
Yeah,
it.
it's
We're going to get an island soon, and we'll be out of everyone's problems. And, you know, and there's a lot of other things as well that are very sensitive, which we can't talk about publicly, to do with how the legal system is set up.
Your legal system. Yeah.
No, in the world
Ah, okay.
in general. So there are things we can't talk about publicly because, you know, you're getting into the realms of politics.
Yeah.
But there's information that's public information for anyone looking for it that shows that, you know, through our birth certificate, we've been sold into slavery. Most people on earth, we're slaves to some degree. We actually are not free. And I'm saying this and I'm trusting that you will see where I'm coming from. I'm not an anarchist, I'm not a politician. But there's a website you can go to and you can see for yourself. Portugal was sold to the United States in 2002.
Sold.
Sold.
Fact.
Sold. Portugal does not belong. Portugal is no
Who
longer a
signed
sovereign
that?
state.
Who sold? Who was the owner?
Loads of ministers.
If you-
Loads of ministers at the time sold. It's online. I can show you the website.
Public. Yeah.
It's public. And Portugal was sold to the United States. If you put Portugal head office, it takes you to a New York City building. That's where the company is registered. The company of Portugal. So Portugal is no longer a sovereign state. So when we're doing what we're doing, we are saying we are not declaring independence from Portugal, the constitution, because the constitution is the people. Yeah, the people is the constitution.
From the organization itself.
It's from the organization, from the company that has taken hold of Portugal and is controlling Portugal. This is why Portuguese governments, when the EU says something, the government can't do anything. They just have to listen, because the EU is controlled by the UN, which is controlled by America. So we are saying we follow the constitution because that's the people. We don't follow the company that has enslaved Portugal. We're not subscribing to that, and we're doing it lawfully. So that's why we always mention the constitution, because the constitution is the people. The law that is legal, that they tell you, is the company.
What if you told us earlier that the authorities have not been here and the district attorney has not spoken with you yet, but if that comes to happen and if there is a lawsuit, do you recognize the legal system? Will you defend yourself on the legal system? How will that work?
Well, one of two things could happen. Because we sent them our documents informing them that we know what is happening, they might not come to us because they already know, these people know what is happening and we've taken certain steps to protect ourselves from the company. So they might not come to us. If they do come to us with whatever laws they're coming to, we will always defend ourselves from the Constitution. We're not going to recognize the statutes that they've created, which are not lawful. They're not lawful.
But will you appear before court and be represented by an attorney or so?
No, we don't
No.
get represented by attorneys. We represent ourselves as sovereigns. We will appear before a tribunal, not a court, because a court is a jurisdiction of the company. Once you're in court, you'll never win. You will never win in a court.
And
So
when
we'll
you say
appear.
tribunal?
Tribunal is an open panel of people
Okay.
that are unbiased and unofficial. There's no judge, because a judge is there for taxes. That's all judges are for, to collect taxes for the company. imprison people, to get money out of people. This is all that they for. It's a business. So we will appear before any tribunal. So if a tribunal is created and people are worried in Portugal and there's an unbiased like yourselves, the ordinary people, we need to try this community, and there's a tribunal and it's held in an open space and a public space, we will appear and we'll speak our case. But we're not going to go into a court. Yeah.
Again, thank you very much.
Sorry for the overwhelming information.
No.
But yeah.
I've been reading in the last couple of days. I've been reading a little bit about you
Yes.
and your community.
Yes. But I want to make it clear, we're not political. We're not trying
Yeah, I
to.
understand you are
We just want a peaceful
you don't
life.
want
Yeah, we just
any
want a
confusion.
quiet life.
This was, if it was not for this case, I believe
Yes,
things would have passed
that's right.
quite uneventfully.
Yes. And as you can see,
Yeah,
our children, these are the people you've met so far. Hopefully in the future you'll meet more of the family and everybody, and everyone's healthy and happy, as you can see.
Well, thank you so much again for
Thank you very
having us
much.
and talking to us. And I hope everything goes well.
Have a nice day.
Paulo,
Nice life in the city in Lisbon. Cascais, who lives in Cascais gives just 2 kids.
Okay.
For that I said it's perfect.
Thank you.
Tchau, Carolina. Obrigada.
Tudo bom?
Vamos por aqui? Vamos por aqui.
Vocês dão 2 beijinhos, mas eles só dão 1. São
São
queijos
Cascais.
antes.
Yeah, Cascais.
Obrigada. Thank you.
It was a nice experience here with you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It was very interesting to know how the community works and which are their beliefs and how they are organized. So it was very rewarding to be here and to see how they
I
live.
think what my colleague said, it is my feeling too. So.
Blue skies beneath the water, moving tides throughout the day, sharing time with all their loved ones. This country knows I want to stay.
Portuguese are from the heart. When they smile you can see they do it all out of love. They invite you and me. Oh, beautiful Portugal, the land of my dreams. It's like making love with your incredible scenes, and all the honor from me belongs to what I see.